Hello.
Really
welcome.
good one, that one.
Yeah, nice and disco-y. Welcome to the Hat Chat podcast, episode 144. Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct, yeah.
With your hosts, Chris Trott.
Ross Hornby.
And Alex Smith, and we're going to be bringing you a podcast today that's about the same sort of quality of resolution as 144p.
Oh, the quality
wow.
of the episode 144p.
Thanks to Tom
Roderick.
Tom, it's not written on here, but
It is Tom Roderick.
for
Yeah.
that single.
We're
Lovely
saying it out
work.
loud.
Really nice. That one sounded like it was put together by a professional. I like some of the rhythmic choices.
Crisp production there. Well
Yeah.
done. The full version will be at the end of the podcast, as always. And you can send your finger in, which you are in much need of right now, to our email, hatchat@hat-films.com. If you are tinkering away on your little keyboard or your keytar this weekend and want to make a little fingle for us, we'll put it at the start and end of our podcast, and we'd be really appreciative of that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
thank you.
And we're also really appreciative of the people that support us on this channel, specifically the people that are members, Patreon supporters, and Twitch subs. You can too be a part of that elite membership on patreon.com/hatfilms or on YouTube or on Twitch. And if you connect to our Discord with that account, you can access our secret subscriber channels where you get to vote on the hypotheticals of the Hat Chat,
That's
as
right.
well as see as all the members videos that we release as well. And what are the hypotheticals this week? The winner is number 2.
Okay, it's number 2. Okay, so the second one on here.
Yeah,
is,
the second one.
from Hypnotic Soda.
Thank you, Hypnotic Soda, for
Thank
sending
you.
that in to our email.
hatchat@films.com.
That's a lot of plugs this morning. Yeah.
I mean, they're all
This
there.
afternoon.
You know them now.
Yeah.
You're in episode 144. If you've jumped into this one again, that's entirely your choice. So Hypnotic Soda has said, you have a button that will send you back in time to the year 10,000 BC.
Oh, another time travel.
And you have complete and total invincibility and immortality up until the second in the present you push the button,
So
to
you're
which you will
immortal.
immediately die.
Okay, so it's up until you get sent back to the past. You're
Yeah.
immortal, and you get to relive those 10,000 years up to the point you press the button again, and then you die.
So, okay. So by pressing the button, technically you're dead from then on.
You're dead from then
But
on.
you've gone back
10,000 years.
10,000 BC. Fuck me. Why the fuck would you want to live 10,000 years?
You could be a god
I mean,
king.
that's not everything. Hang on. You are adjusted to the microbes and germs of the past, meaning no resilient germs on you will be contagious to anyone. You also will not age, and you will not get any brain issues from living for 12,000 years.
You're not going to get any brain issues.
0 brain issues, guaranteed.
Is this written down at
What's a brain issue?
PS? No brain issues.
Nice.
Brilliant. God, good. I'm glad they covered that one. Yeah, good. I guess.
basically
I'm
become
not going
a-
to lose my mind in like the 800th year.
What about body issues, though?
Wow.
No brain issues.
Maybe. No
What
brain.
if like you have
You're
like
immortal.
mood issues?
You're immortal.
What if you just get really depressed? Is that a brain issue?
Yes,
So you don't get depressed?
potentially.
You're
You're
always.
always
I
fine.
assume that we're saying your sound.
You are-
They're trying to say your sound of mind.
So I just thought I'd find out what the world was like in 10,000 BC.
Go on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's
Paint a picture for us.
pretty basic.
Paint a picture.
This was the beginning of agriculture.
How much is counselling and
The
therapy?
beginning of agriculture. Nobody's worked out how to farm yet.
Do they do counselling
Okay.
on Skype or
I think it's
that before
mainly
Zoom?
done via
They
pottery.
won't actually be doing any of that.
pottery therapy? That's
Pottery
nice.
is one of the few things that we have, apparently, that can help us understand like that era.
Pottery.
It's the beginning of something called the
That's it.
Holocene
Shit.
epoch. The main characteristics of such have been that there is an abundance of Homo sapiens, humankind, because this is during the transition from the Paleolithic to the Neolithic era. So, like,
Are
I'm
we
going to be
still-
honest. It's going to be shit.
it's gonna
It's going to be really shit for a very,
I mean,
very,
it'd be
very long
amazing
time.
to see the world for a bit, won't it? Though, like you'll get to see the
Yeah,
unspoiled
but you want snapshots
Earth.
of that. You don't want to live.
You don't want to live it. You don't want to get up in the
10,000
morning
years
and
of it.
go like,
And also,
"Guess I got to go chase some dinner."
it doesn't say like obviously you're immortal, but like what? Like if someone starts stabbing at you, you're dead. Still,
right.
Is it the same?
I reckon
is
you're
that the
immortal.
mentality?
I reckon you're
Yes.
invulnerable.
Invulnerable.
It says, I
So
think.
like, so a bunch of Roman soldiers at some
You
point
can't be
way
killed.
After, like you're fine.
The only way you die, because you've been to the past already, right? Is you
Yeah.
push that button. So you've lived enough to push that button eventually. So you can't die, I assume.
Is this about whether we would push the button or we have? It says so you have pushed the button. So I guess it's
You
just
have pushed
asking us
it.
what our next steps are.
Yeah. Maybe you.
Maybe you could probably bring a lot from there to here.
Yeah.
And start going, oh mate, you look like an idiot doing that, and then use tools.
Yeah.
Just like find a way to.
Here's a key.
Do you know what I mean? But then you're obviously still at a rudimentary level. You're never gonna just say, "Well, actually, I know what." I start
humanity.
talking about iPhones.
You're gonna get clubbed
and they're
to
like,
death.
"What's an iPhone?" No, you won't because you're
guarantee
invulnerable.
clubbed to
You're
death.
immortal.
We're gonna say immortal.
When they
Invulnerable.
find out you can't die from a club, and guess what they're gonna do?
In
Keep
case
trying.
you.
They're gonna keep clubbing you.
they're gonna do a Wolverine.
You may be immortal, but you're gonna get clubbed loads. All right, it's a lifetime of clubbing.
There's going to be a couple
Gonna be
decades
a
of clubbing.
club session. Okay,
I think this is
doesn't
like.
say you don't feel pain.
No,
So
no, it
you
does.
will be
It's
feeling
really
pain.
annoying.
You're gonna get clubbed by cavemen until I don't know what. Until they develop into societies that
Well,
don't
you
want to
said
club
that there's
people anymore.
agriculture, right?
No, it's
Do you
the
instantly
beginnings of
heal?
agriculture. It's
Right.
just
Do you think you'll
starting.
instantly heal as well? Like what? If, like a stab is
No, it
I
takes
reckon everything
years.
because otherwise
bounces
it's
off.
like because you could do the Wolverine thing where they could just like what was he encased in or something? He was
Oh,
Oh, no, he had an adamantium.
was he stabbed as well?
skeleton.
And then when it was released, am I thinking of a different thing?
you're thinking not of
something on
Wolverine.
Heroes or some shit. I can't remember.
How's
Where some
What's the
bullet
question?
pushes out of it
Oh yeah, he
What
gets shot in the
film is that?
head. That's like X2, is it? Where he gets shot in the forehead
and
and,
it
he falls
comes
down?
wriggling out of there, and it's
Yeah.
like fucking hell, that's cool.
Yeah. That's one of
That's
the
the
original.
super healing, yeah.
Okay, let's say you're Wolverine
Yeah.
Okay, you're Wolverine 10,000 years in
Okay,
the
well,
past.
10,000
So you can be killed
in the past
because you can,
Wolverine
be beheaded, but what will
Yeah.
cut through the adamantine spine? Very little until modern days, right?
Are you trying to? I mean, because I think that I would be trying to advance civilization.
I'd
Faster.
definitely steer it away from like, or maybe we shouldn't do the Industrial Revolution just yet. Maybe there's an alternative source before all the coal and stuff gets discovered.
Or
I'd really
you-
like
you-
downplay the coal thing.
Having the knowledge though of that, you don't have the knowledge of technology now. We said this before,
do you
like
mean?
taking an iPhone into like the
Yeah, but as soon as people cotton on to like, "Ooh,
past.
what's this like really dirty stuff in the floor?
Mm.
I'd be like, whoa, that's really bad for you.
Oh, okay.
That's
so
like
you're going to be like an
super bad.
advisor and
Don't
say-
burn
Yeah,
it.
but they're not going to speak the same language as you, so you're going to have to work on
I'll
learning
be
that
making the language
first.
for them.
No, they don't. You
I
can't
think that's
start.
not work.
There's more of them than you, so they understand each other.
Yeah.
And what is their language at that point? Is it like
Is it even
body
a language?
language? Is it like paintings on the
It's
walls?
those big furry
Screeches.
boots.
Screaming?
I think it's largely
It's pure screaming.
and clubbing.
Screaming and clubbing.
Group clubbing.
largely those big furry boots with the thick heels.
Uggs. Nice.
Uggs.
Lots of Uggs.
Just a lot of Uggs.
Calls and
Big
chants.
Uggs.
And
No, I don't know. I'm sure it's quite complicated, but at the same time, I would mainly be worried about being clubbed to death. I think.
Yeah, so you
You're
go and
not
hide.
gonna-
I would avoid people.
You go into
not gonna
hiding.
die.
I would avoid people. I would
Would you
avoid
build
people.
your own civilization
you
as a
become a
one-man?
reclusive immortal.
Yeah, I'd probably. Well, the thing is, they're going to be way better at surviving in the wild than you are, and
Oh,
the
way
world
better.
is going to be wild.
What
by
can
the
you
way.
take with you? Do you go?
A
Are
lot.
you
You
naked?
can take one latte.
When you push the button.
Take one latte.
I've got a latte. That's, and I've got
you
nothing
were
else.
holding a cup
You're
at the
holding
So
my
you
time.
cup.
just neck that, and then that's it.
I guess I'll try and find clean water. Like, figure out that because I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. You can drink any old water, but you will be sick, and pain is. You will still feel pain. We've
Are we?
established that.
Have
Are
we?
we feeling
Read it
pain?
again. What's
Doesn't
the-
say anything about not feeling pain.
Does it say anything about the latte?
You're adjusted to the microbes and germs of the past, meaning
Okay.
no resilient germs on you will be contagious.
I'm pretty
to
sure we're
So you're
immortal.
not killing
as
them,
well.
but it's just like, yeah, if you're immortal, then yeah, drink what
You
you
can't
want.
die. You don't have to worry about being
You
clubbed
can
to
drink
death. I
your
don't know
own
why you're
piss.
so paranoid of being
You can drink
clubbed
piss.
to death.
Yeah.
There is. You don't die from that. It's just really annoying. It's like being swarmed by flies all the time.
Yeah, it's probably madness, isn't it? But you don't. But your brain stays good, though, didn't it say?
Yeah.
That's what it said, yeah.
So all of the problems with immortality have essentially been solved.
It's like going insane.
When do you press the button? I don't know. Like, when I'm getting older, when I feel like I'm ready to depart and
Wait, you
go
get
and
to
live a
choose
life
to
again.
press the button.
Yeah, it
This
says
does
you
it
can
well.
do it any time, and then basically what happens is the day you do it, you'll live again the whole time up until that point, and then you die that day.
So you may as well just have it like on your deathbed, like
Well,
the panic
yeah.
alarm.
If you're really certain that you're going to have a deathbed, you might get hit by a car.
You might get hit
Not
by a car.
everybody's
But what if
lucky
it's
enough to
in
have a
your
deathbed.
palm?
You're immortal.
Huh?
Like have it somewhere like a trap device.
Well, you
Like
can
a Wallace and
accidentally
Gromit
trigger-
house.
Or maybe you have it like implanted in you and it goes off the moment your heart starts to like go into like a heart attack
Certain
state or something.
BPM.
Or,
And
like,
again,
a
that's
certain-
yeah. When your heart stops, it goes off.
Okay.
When your heart drops below 20 beats.
Let's say that
What
works.
if you like
Yeah. Let's say that
train
works.
to like lower your heart rate to a certain level?
This
And
is
you
a different
forget
question,
that
I
you've got
suppose.
that in there because it's been like 10,000 years.
I think training to lower your heart rate to such an extreme level may provoke the memory that you have a magical device implanted in your chest that switches on based on how low your heart rate is. You got to be pretty fucking stupid, Christopher, to go and
A lot
do
can
heart
happen.
rate lowering therapy and forget that
You're
you've had
shifting
this once in a
society.
lifetime magical device implanted
You've
in
been
your chest.
carried around on elephants
Yeah.
and palanquins and stuff, and you've been like a god king for centuries now. And you're like,
No, you
oh,
haven't activated it yet.
that's what I mean. What do you mean?
Wait,
You-
where
no,
are
you-
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
when we-
yeah,
oh, I
yeah,
get
yeah,
you.
yeah.
This is
This is
the button.
pre-immortality.
This is the idea of pushing the button at the.
I wouldn't want to be an
optimal
old
moment.
fucking decrepit guy
This is true.
for
You need to
10,000
choose-
What
years.
does it say? You stay the same age.
Yeah, but you're just immortal,
Obviously,
so
your
you're an
brain will be fine,
immortal
but if
old
your brain
man.
is fucked by that point, you're going into 10,000 years. with
I'd
that.
just press it now.
Really? Then you'd like depart this life. So it's essentially like killing yourself now.
Well, I could prolong the inevitable and be like, eventually I'm going to push a button, guys. Sorry.
I think there's certain qualitative elements to prolonging the
See ya.
inevitable.
I'm gonna push it right now.
Well, I'm going to die eventually, so I might as well live like I'm dead now.
It also means
You're gonna miss me.
We'll die on Hat Chat. They'll visibly see you die.
Yeah, that'd be a
we'll
great
live
video.
on, and you'll have then 10,000 years of. It's like, oh,
well,
fuck,
no,
he died.
No, because actually, yeah, you would
Yeah,
see me
'cause,
die.
yeah,
You'd
that's-
see me die.
I'm going to become an unkillable 95-year-old legend. Throughout the years, they
So
paint
old,
pictures of me
yeah.
on a wall of this like old dude
Yeah.
with a Zimmer frame and a sword.
People
Or
don't even know
or
your
a
name
club.
anymore because
Can
you're
you-
just legend. You're just
He's the old man who
the old
doesn't
chosen
die.
one.
Can you try your very, very best to retain the like huge, imposing outfit that you have whilst killing all these people?
Right.
Up to the point you push the button. So as soon as, from our perspective, when you push the button, you suddenly pop into warrior mode and die. Like your outfit is just insane.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, because you'll see like the life they live. Then they'll change.
I assume at some point it's...
Yeah, it'll be like a sort of Roman legionary, but
Holy
with like all
shit.
these like trinkets and rituals and like claimed kills. There'll be like loads of like rotten skulls on the shoulder.
Oh.
I'll be like Korn. I'll rage through time. You know.
So it won't be like a really ornate...
No, it'll be a non-stop killing orgy.
And also, you'd be rich.
You'd be rich. You'd also
all
have
the
been
time
able to
you've spent.
push.
Put some
You would
money
have been
into
able to
your
push
suit.
society on pretty hard. So like like you would have been like, right, try looking like you're not good enough. Sure, you're not
You'd
good
be able
enough
to advise them and to say
look
certain
here,
things don't.
look there.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing this.
Yeah,
or that's not how you
exactly.
make a boat.
That's not
what
how you
you're
make a
doing is
boat.
wrong.
The
Yeah.
problem is, it's like one of the best things I think.
And this is a wheel. Do they have the wheel at 10,000? They must have the agriculture.
No, they've
This
just
is the
started it.
started.
No, there's a good chance they wouldn't have had the wheel. I mean, they might.
Oh,
have.
that's a
Make a
great
wheel.
I
TV
think
show.
it's one. The wheel.
Michael, not even Michael McIntyre.
Not even Michael McIntyre would be
Wheel.
there at this point. So,
Okay.
one of the best. This is one of the best things. So, I think one of the best things to remember if you ever get thrown back in time.
Okay,
Oh, cool, of course.
noted.
Now,
Take note,
this
everyone.
is my go-to because
Take
it's
note.
one of the best things. However, in this particular example, I realised this wouldn't actually work without an additional step. So, one of the greatest things an Alexander has discovered: antibiotics. Right? I mean, there's also Alexander the Great as well, and of course Alexander
Mouldy
Smith,
bread.
moldy bread. So moldy bread.
Just saying moldy bread does that not? That
You
doesn't
can,
just
so
solve-
you can literally
I know.
stuff. You can stuff wounds with moldy
With
bread.
moldy bread. Oh,
you can
okay.
stuff. It's better than leaving a wound to fester. It's not the best way to use penicillin.
Yeah.
You have to extract it and process it and stuff like that.
How mouldy are we talking? Like corners are getting a bit mouldy, then you can skim those off, or can you leave mould for
a
a
3 week,
year
like a
and
3 week,
use that mould?
I don't know.
You buy a loaf, leave it 3 weeks.
What you're doing
maybe 4, and it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
almost covered in a nice green dust.
Yeah, like how good is the mould? Does the mould get better with age, like wine, or
I don't know.
Does it get
But
more invasive?
Put a wounded person with no access to any antibiotics next to another wounded person who I've stuffed full of moldy bread, as in physically stuffed the wounds with bread.
Right. Okay.
Probably
You-
best of both.
You got years to perfect
in
this
case.
though,
You never know.
before you have scientists and doctors and stuff that can take over from purifying this moldy bread, because you're not going to do it.
But also,
Right.
your warriors of your little clan, your
Do I
tribal
keep
clan,
bread?
are going to survive, whilst their warriors are not.
Yeah.
So one day, eventually, you'll get a power overmatch situation where you just have more warriors. You build your followers up by giving them little tidbits, access
This
to
sounds a
little.
little Mongolian.
Well, it will be, but this is what I'm
Like
saying.
you're going to go on a
But
killing spree.
But I'm going to enlighten the race of humankind, Charles.
Through
I'm
death.
gonna push. Yes, then we'll take to the stars and we'll get these ships and we'll go on raiding missions to other planets.
You somehow end up on Hat Chat with a button, is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
So it can't go that well.
How?
I feel like, yeah, exactly. You live this 10,000 years. You're not just
Don't
suddenly...
you? All this happened in like 5,000 BC.
Sure, I mean,
but it all went so poorly.
You had
5,000
to
it
revive.
got
5,000 years to get there.
wiped out. It only took us 5,000 years.
That's quite a long time.
And well, I mean that's 5,000 BC. If without my
You have
intervention,
knowledge of-
humankind in 5,000 BC was
I know.
still fucked, Ross.
You have knowledge of 12,000 years in the future.
So you made it.
Yeah.
You made humanity this good, basically.
And then it all went wrong because I got too sort of bold for my own
but
good.
you had a good life.
I had a great time. Well, I'm still having it, obviously.
Yeah.
And then I come back to Earth. We have to erase all traces of that civilization because
With
I
all your
realized
crazy
I
tech.
fucked up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, right, we're gonna have to go back to basics, and we're gonna have to let it evolve organically because I realize I've become.
So if anything,
So
you're
it's just too
you're
big to
the
handle it.
aliens. You're like the Prometheus
Yeah.
of.
in a
of
way, I didn't
current human-
create life. On
I know,
Earth. I
but,
just helped
like,
it out.
From a
I think that's what you should do. You
Yeah.
should try and, if anything, advance it sooner. But then
Yeah.
is there a risk?
Well,
that things will get too...
Gene
Sophie-
Roddenberry, Star Trek's writer, seemed to think so. I don't know whether he was the
What,
one
to
that came up
rush-
with the prime directive of not interfering, not uplifting development of species.
fucking prude.
Is,
But what if it's like really stupid what they're doing?
Well,
Like
they're-
agriculture.
yeah.
They're just like, whoa, this
Yeah.
isn't right. I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
this isn't right. I don't know anything about agriculture. And
They're
then you
like-
can point them in the right direction.
They're growing
At
potatoes,
least then,
but
like,
then they
so surely
throw the
the-
potatoes and eat shit. Like, why are they doing that?
Yeah. And obviously this is like the butterfly effect, you know, whatever. As in every change you're making is drastically affecting whether you're going to be on this podcast when you push that button. This podcast might not exist. The world as you know it might not exist.
Yeah.
Because you're feeding it that information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you become like a Dr. Emmett Brown?
You
Yeah, I
could,
would, yeah.
You could just
Yeah.
passively exist and know the truths to every secret. You know, all those like myths and legends that we
Yeah.
don't know the true answers of. You could eventually come back to a point where you could fill in all the blanks of unsolved mysteries and things like that
Yeah. Yeah.
of
for
time.
sure.
And like, Time Team would be irrelevant. We wouldn't need that TV show.
I mean, a lot of
Right,
things would be
yeah.
irrelevant if it turned out we had a person who had lived the last 12,000 years and could tell us.
The thing is, though, because you had the
Sure.
Prime Directive, or you didn't want to mess with history itself,
Yeah.
you kept that contained to you, right? So you
Yeah.
didn't leave it anywhere.
Right.
So you're like breaking time,
So you're almost secret.
and then you just like flop that book out when you die.
It's the book of everything.
It was in your stomach.
It's the Yellow Pages.
It's it's just a yellow page. What are these
It's the
numbers?
yellow pages.
What do these numbers mean? Let's input each of them. What if you gave somebody a camera
Yeah.
in that time and get the camera technology existed at the quality it does today, but then how fucking good would cameras be now though? If they could actually do anything. Obviously, bear in mind, again, there's a lot of technological issues. You're gonna have one camera,
You're gonna restart.
and that's it. But you'd be like, look at that, that's cool. You got,
They club
That's
you.
what you got.
You get
cloud or
clubbed.
a laptop. I can pop these.
That would be powder in a week.
Yes, it would be. It would be crushed.
They
It'd be
club it right
witchcraft.
now.
It'd be witchcraft.
No, they'd find out that you could use the lenses to light fires and find that much more useful.
Yeah.
Because fire would be far more useful in 10,000 BC than being able to take a photo.
Yeah, I feel
Especially
like-
since they're not,
No.
they're not going to be able to share it on Instagram.
If I'm able to take a book with me, maybe it's a book about how to make like the basic camera. Was it
Yeah.
obscure or whatever?
There's a really
The thing
good
is, I
t-shirt.
feel like technology. If
There's a t-shirt that's like, I mean, I say really good. Obviously, if you're wearing it in real life, you'd look a bit dorky. But like, it literally is designed for if you get thrown back in time because it has like compacted,
Oh, right.
like,
Is it really?
like descriptions and
I may have
everything
seen
on
that.
them
Yeah,
of
yeah,
like
yeah.
how to find all these things. It's like this is this. Look for this. You'll be able to do this.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
this. Extrapolate. If you need metal, look in rivers. Put it in a fire. Bam. You've got iron. Like, you know, like.
Yeah.
all
I've
this-
played Minecraft.
So like,
yeah.
yeah, if you had a device that was filled with all of like primitive technologies, videos, and like kind of guides,
You're running on
Perfect.
batteries. Your first thing
You're
is to
running on
get
batteries.
a rechargeable
But that's
battery.
this is
First
this sounds
step.
like a game.
Where are you going
This
to get that
sounds-
10,000?
No, you have to make it.
You know what, this sounds like an interesting
first
video
step.
game.
Yeah.
As like you've just gone back in time.
This is like
and you have
Icarus.
one device,
Yeah.
and then you have to kind of and the step
I mean,
by
it
steps
is
is all
basically
the.
any
That's any survival crafting game, sure, but it's not.
Because you've introduced the idea that there's a phone.
Because you're constantly at threat of like, oh, they destroyed your phone, you lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck!
You got to protect that thing with your life.
Restart.
Get his phone. It's better than a headshot.
Fuck! Defend the phone. It just says defend the phone.
Meanwhile-
Any means possible. You've got to find bricks and rocks and whatever's on the ground, smash people's heads, and you're like, I don't know, I got to protect the fucking phone. Anyone have a charger?
Chris Trott's there trying to draw frame by frame each video into the clay bank of the river. Like he's like, I gotta get this down before the battery goes. Frame, and he's just like, and then the tide comes up and just washes it all away.
Just
no,
get the base. You have to do every frame.
Yeah.
Just get the key moments.
Or you
It's
can
like
do
the
a
Bayern
memento,
tapestry.
tattoo your entire body with like all of this
That's an
information, bullet point
alternative
points,
to having
and,
a
like,
book of knowledge.
Yeah.
Is have a tattoo of
the
knowledge.
prison breaks.
and
like
the
he prison
alternative,
breaks
the
map of his
wildly
body.
less useful alternative. Yeah.
You got limited.
Did you see Prison Break?
No.
So he
But
tattoos
I
the
know what-
entire body with a map of the prison, like a blueprint,
Yeah.
and then gets himself put in the same prison so he can release his brother. And they're all just like inspecting his like back for like an exit and stuff. It's just really, yeah,
Mental.
Surely they'd see that.
yeah. Oh
like,
yeah.
straight away. I haven't seen the
It's
show.
like really, it's like kind of very detailed and like kind of like doesn't look like a map.
So what?
Cool idea.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea. I mean,
But like when you're thrown in prison and they got a
it's
prison
done.
map on them, what do
Yeah.
the guards do?
But he was saying it's done in a way that wasn't obvious. It was a map.
yeah. So it looks all like
Right,
kind of
I
abstract
see.
and stuff, but like
They didn't.
it's been
He
done.
got
in a way
away
that
with
he
it,
knows that it's a map. So
I was going to say because they strip you and stuff, and they do
Yeah,
like
yeah.
searches and
they're
whatnot.
not going to peel his skin off. Let's flay him.
Or just like, no, you're going to send you to another prison. Sorry.
You know what?
Yeah. So, but I don't think it's at the top of his neckline. It says the name of the prison and says blueprint of.
I feel like just memorizing the prison might be easier than getting a whole body
Mind
tattoo.
palace
I don't
that
know.
shit.
I mean, how complicated are prisons? Why do they need a tattoo? Why do they need a reference book?
No.
Why
Well,
can't
you-
they just use a drone?
Watch
to drop
the series.
A
I
map?
think they go on for like 6 or 7 series. It's
Yeah,
honestly
that's
a
why
bit
I
too
was a
much.
bit like, I'm not gonna start.
Bit much, but yeah. Prison Break.
I think
That's
we've.
what.
Do you hear the actor actually got that tattoo in real life?
Oh, did he really? Full body.
All right, what's the
I
next?
bet someone
What's
has.
the next hypothetical?
Which one was number 2, Trot? Out of these
Number 3
options, number
is
three, okay.
obviously number 2.
Okay, you have been. This one's from. Who is this one from?
This one's from the internet.
Okay, you've been forced into a universal fighting tournament. Who do you choose to train you? For reasons unknown, you have been forced to participate in an intergalactic and multi-dimensional fighting tournament.
Mortal
The loser
Kombat.
is executed on the spot. Surely they might just die in the fight. Is
They
it not-
could also die in the
I
fight.
think they may as
assume.
well just fight to the death. Anyway, the winner gets to go home. Nice. However, you've been given the choice to choose someone, anyone, to train you before the tournament begins. You have
Anyone.
enough time needed to get into peak condition. What fictional or non-fictional character do you choose?
Oh, shit! That
Do I read
really
the
opens
bonus
it
round
up.
now or wait?
I'd pick Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat because he can literally be anybody, and he could train me anyone's moves.
Who's the fucker who trained Stallone?
Sly Stallone.
I actually didn't watch those films. Well,
Chuck
no, it's,
Norris.
not Rambo. Rambo.
Oh,
Someone get
you just
Rambo to train
Rambo
him.
just has
Rambo
guns.
has guns though. Yeah,
He's
you need
just a
someone.
gun guy.
So I guess like Bruce Lee was pretty
Bruce Lee is a real
good.
person.
But he's a real person.
Yeah, I'd have non-fiction
Need-
Bruce Lee. Do I have to do the noises, Bruce?
Do I have to do them, Bruce?
Bruce, do I have to do the noises?
I'm trying to think of.
You know why they do noises in karate?
To stop you getting winded.
Put you off.
It's to stop you getting winded, but
And to
also
put you
to
off.
intimidate the opponent, to like freak them out, to
It
like
does. Yeah,
break
psych 'em
their
out.
weakness.
It would psych me out. Fuck! What?
it
Why is he
breaks their concentration.
Making verse? No.
That's why Michael Jackson did it in his songs.
Oh.
To intimidate with a. That's fucking scary, Michael. Wow.
But he had to be intimidating because he felt that when he talked with his regular voice, people didn't take him seriously.
Yeah.
Have you seen these? Without going off sidetrack, there's TikToks about Michael Jackson still being alive.
So conspiracy theories thinking he's alive. Okay. He
So
died
there's
in, like,
another
2010.
person that has appeared as like a friend of Michael, right? Constantly, and he's a burn victim. So his face,
So they're trying to say it's him.
but they've done like side by sides with the way this guy speaks, who speaks a lot like Michael, and says a lot of like words, and because
Yeah.
obviously he's Michael's friend, so I assume he. Anyway, they think that's Michael in disguise. And also, apparently, Michael's high voice isn't real, and he's revealed his low voice many times and forgotten and switched into his high
Where
voice.
is this is quite a deep
It's
dive.
nuts. What the fuck are you watching?
What
on
year did he
TikTok?
die? He died in
Like,
2010,
Jesus
right?
Christ.
2011?
He's still alive, guys, like Elvis.
When did he die? Did we see his body?
No.
He cough and flop out of that bad boy?
This is why all celebrities
What's the
need
coffin flop?
open caskets.
It's from a sketch show. Cough and flop is when they're filming funerals. They're just filming casual funerals.
Right.
He
But
died in
sometimes
09.
The body just
flops out.
Ship wood onto pavement.
Oh, and that's called a coffin flop. Is it?
Just a naked body rolling off of the coffin.
They wouldn't be naked.
It's
would
not
they?
real. It's not a real show.
Yeah.
It was a
I
sketch
see.
on I Think You Should Leave, which is quite funny.
Yeah.
Coffin flap, really funny.
Coffin flap. Anyway, that was Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson coming
the
back.
tournament
You wouldn't use
of a
him to train
lifetime.
you, though, would you?
I wouldn't. It would be Bruce Lee as
It
a
would be Bruce Lee.
non-fiction.
So surely you want
Fiction Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat, who can absorb souls and knows like.
The thing is, like, training is
I
one
don't
thing.
know enough about
Our ability to fight interdimensional fighters
interdimensional.
makes no sense.
It's our only
Like, it doesn't matter
chance,
who
though.
trains us. I'm still me. They're going to look at me and they're going to go, well, you're not going to survive against, like, anyone with powers.
Yeah.
You know, I might survive against a person who's small and weak, but they're probably not going to get sent to an interdimensional fight for their life if they're small and weak.
Okay.
No.
Possible alternative I've got here. Iron Man. He makes you a suit, covers you in like the best fucking suit of all time,
Does that count?
and
I like that. Yeah. I mean,
That way-
if that's real, then yeah, I'll take that.
well, non-fiction fiction.
That's
But
just training
that's
you.
not
though.
training you.
In a way.
training to
Equipping
use
me.
his,
If you said equipping me, or
He could train me how to use the suit,
he's using a weapon. That's a weapon.
all the commands and stuff.
oh, that's a good shout. That's a good answer. Iron Man.
I'd be Iron Man's.
You've already
disciple.
chosen the guy from Mortal Kombat.
Fuck, I got Shang Tsung, and he's probably like a really asshole teacher as well.
Yeah, 'cause
I got Iron Man. I literally just walk up, step in some boots, and then just put it on autopilot.
just does his own thing. Yeah. Well, that's what it was by the third one, wasn't it? Like Gwyneth was in one.
Yeah, but anyone could ride one. You
That's
literally
the
just
case.
ride. Well, I mean, the problem was, and I think they had to try and rally this in a bit. They just started making suits that are empty. Like, they're just robots, right?
Yeah.
That's what, like, the...
Rideable robots, essentially.
Yeah.
Just
So...
get inside and
But it does
Play
make sense
hero.
to do that. I mean, if you took all the technologies that do exist within those films, then yeah, make them. I mean, they can materialize and dematerialize all the time now. It doesn't matter if you're Spider-Man, Iron Man. Everyone's got those bloody little show your face. I can't see through these perfect goggles that are giving me supervision. You better run.
But it's never, even with all the technology they have, it's never quite fully tracked properly. Do you know what I mean? It's not. It never.
It's
it still
uncanny.
looks like they're in. It's
'cause
it's
we're
been
yeah.
like tracked.
Well, they
in
got
there.
the parallaxing thing going on.
It doesn't look like they're actually wearing the helmet.
No.
Depends on if it's... isn't one of
Sometimes it
them...
does.
all of them fake now, then? Is every single helmet or mask
I don't know.
fake? Do you think?
Yes,
Yeah. I
most,
don't know if
most of
they're
the
all fake,
late
but-
last Avengers ones,
Yeah.
they had suits that weren't even fully designed yet, so they had just mocap.
The Deadpool stuff looks pretty good. I thought they got the movement of the
Those are-
mask and the eyes, and I mean even the modern Spider-Man stuff is getting better, isn't
Yeah.
it?
I think
Have
those
you
ones are
seen
easier
the
because
new
they're
Deadpool 3 leaks.
a Wolverine dressed as
Wolverine
like
dressed
the
as his
cartoon version.
outfit.
Oh,
They
cool.
got Hugh Jackman back.
What, in like the yellow and
In
black?
the yellow and black
Wow, cool.
outfit, yeah,
That's pretty
which is
fun.
cool.
Got the huge Jack Man. Because I thought he wasn't going to be Wolverine again after.
No, somehow Ryan Reynolds convinced him with his
They
charisma
always come back.
or money.
But they don't. I
Money?
guess Iron Man's not coming back. I think he was very done with it.
Oh
I think
yeah,
he said that
he's
he-
in Oppenheimer now, isn't he? Iron Man.
Oh, is Robin?
Yeah, he comes
Robert.
in and he like does his hand blasters on the bomb. Stops what's his face?
Right. Just imagine that.
Scarecrow from
You're watching after and it
Dark
really
Knight.
dupe you. And it's like,
Scarecrow from Dark
you're
Knight.
watching a Marvel film. It's like, oh, fuck's sake. God.
Oppenheimer is a DC Marvel mashup. You never knew you
didn't
wanted.
realise.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Here it is.
I like to see
We've
Chris
been-
Nolan tackle a Marvel movie.
Yeah, but in a
Like
way
he
he's
did DC.
tackled. Yeah. I think. But then, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would rather see that. He was good and Dark Knight was
It would
good.
make me watch a Marvel film now if it was Chris Nolan rebooting it. Like
They'd have
as
to do a
one-
lot now. I think they've all become so samey.
That's what I mean.
They'd have to really
Apparently
change
they're stepping back from doing as much Marvel and Star Wars stuff.
Good.
Weirdly, it's the same time that there's a massive actors and writers strike.
Right.
I wonder if that's correlated.
Yeah, there's a lot of garbage Star Wars stuff out there now. Like Disney really did turn on
Only
the taps.
Andor's good.
Yeah.
Like they really turned on the taps of like, let's just make. Anyway, let's not get into that. Anyway, well, I answered this. Iron Man.
Ross, why would you pick Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Because is he a rat?
Yeah, he's a large humanoid
Because he's
rat.
a large
yeah.
humanoid rat.
Wasn't
That's
he?
why.
Wasn't he a human before?
Did he get cursed to be a rat?
I
maybe.
can't remember. Did he
But-
even eat the pizza they always brought down?
I don't
know
think he
if
did. Did he?
I
I
don't
think he
think-
passed
He
out.
ate other things like trash.
He was a rat and he
He was
became.
trash
He got
muncher.
mutated, so he was a rat.
Yeah.
He was just a
wasn't
pet
human.
rat
Yeah.
that turned into a wise kung fu master.
Yes.
Very
that
wise.
trained
though, yeah.
them.
Very wise.
the 4 painters.
Oh, that pizza did look so good though, didn't it?
It's always the cheese.
Just super stringy.
Would you eat it in a sewer though?
No. I
wouldn't
mean, they
go
made the
in
sewers look
sewer.
quite comfy, but all the water you see is just untreated
Shit.
shit and piss.
It must
And
have
there's no
smelled
fat bugs to be seen.
dreadful.
So pretty unrealistic.
Is it realistic there will be turtles down there?
I don't know. People flush their exotic pets. all
Is
the
it
time.
realistic that turtles would be attracted to April? They're turtles. They're turtles.
Oh, that's true.
Well,
Were they actually?
post-mutation,
Honestly, I
though.
can't remember
Probably.
most of the show. Were they trying to bang her?
I think
Was one of
so.
them?
I think that
they
was
were
the
kind of
main
in love with her.
arcing storyline.
Donatello,
They were all in love with her, I think.
Donatello, Leonardo,
Da Vinci. What were they called?
Leonardo,
Completely gone from my mind. I've not watched anything with them in. since I was a
Donatello.
child.
Mario, Luigi,
No.
Yoshi.
I couldn't
Yoshi.
couldn't be Mario Luigi. But,
No.
but they were trying to
Raphael.
bang a human. That's interesting. Did they win? Did they win?
I don't think they did.
I think they didn't win, no,
Fair enough.
because they ultimately ended up
Tough
in
shell
a
to
Michael
crack.
Bay movie, didn't they? Or are they doing a?
Was Megan Fox April in the
Yeah.
real version?
Yeah. It's like the same role
I
she played in
hated the-
Transformers.
I hated the
Like
look.
literally the same role.
Yeah.
Just different words.
Yeah, it was a weird reboot, and they're rebooting it again, like with the old CG still, but like the old look.
Good. I
miss when
Won't
their
watch that one
faces
either.
look like
Just
boxing
doughy.
mitts painted green. You know, the mouths like they really had that
Yeah,
like
they
sort of
did,
like
yeah.
doughy kind of like.
because the
It was real doughy.
because the original films were actually really fucking cool. Like as in,
Yeah.
like they looked really atmospheric.
The animatronics on
Yeah.
it was awesome. I like
Crazy
that era.
eyes and like a lot of
It's like the
steam
Ghostbusters
grates.
era.
Yeah, it was good.
yeah,
Was that 80s?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say early 90s.
could have been early 90s as
I
well.
say early 90s. We always
Okay.
think it's the 80s. It's not.
It had an 80s vibe. to
It
me.
did. That was early 90s.
From my
New
memory
York.
again, I don't even know
Like-
the names. I've forgotten all the names. But yeah, there is a bonus round in this thing. After defeating the hordes of strange opponents from across the galaxy and beyond, you're faced with a choice. You may go home now with only the skills you've acquired, or I guess in your case, the Iron Man suit you've acquired.
Badass.
Or go home with those skills and $1 billion if you manage to defeat your master / sensei. How do you do it? So it's you versus the original Iron Man.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to beat Iron Man.
No, he'll know
I think I'd get on
no,
one
but he'll know
blower.
things about his suit that
Yeah.
he wouldn't have told you.
But if it's $1 billion, I'd be like, hey, Iron Man, they're offering me $1 billion to fight you, and I don't think either of us really want to do that. So do you reckon you just split a difference, give me half, and we just won't fight?
Yeah.
I reckon he'd be up
It's
for
got
it.
me to the death.
He's
He goes,
mega
"Actually,
rich.
Nah, and then presses like the sub crash button, and you just get crunched inside there.
And he gets $1 billion, and he
I'm
doesn't
gonna
have
crush
to
you
deal
like
with
you're
your
a submarine viewing the Titanic.
Shit! Yikes!
That thing is just recycled waste now.
just tinfoil ball.
Pink misted as he's flying.
I
around.
got crushed in an Iron Man suit. Or all the little like nanobots just go inside my ears, eyes, and
Yeah.
mouth and nose. Like the mummy.
Fucking
Oh
hell.
yeah, like scarab beetles. That was
Yeah.
really creepy when those scarab beetles started.
Yeah, but he had it coming though. Everyone, you hate
Well, he was trying to steal. Yeah.
They always do that, especially with those sort of films where they're just like, I'm going to set it up so you hate this guy, and then when he
No
does
one-
get brutally
yeah.
killed, you're going to be like, yeah.
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 It's good. It's good. It makes you feel okay about
Yeah,
watching somebody
otherwise,
die.
if they survived, you're like, oh, what's that?
Ah,
Well, not necessarily
shit.
survive, but did he survive that? I don't think he did. Did he? The scarabs.
No, I
There's a
think
lot
that
of
they
them.
should have done that to
Not Brendan.
where it's a German name.
You'll get there.
The love interest in The Mummy.
Rachel
Weisz.
Weisz.
I think that would have been much more shocking if they
She
like
She had
had
a scarab beetle. That they
if
had to
she was
pluck
the
out
one
of
that
her.
got scarab beetles all under her
Yeah.
skin, and then she just dies. And the whale actor,
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser.
I would have
has
called
to
him the
watch
mummy
it
actor, but
and just huh?
as in he's the mummy actor,
What did
the
I call
whale
him?
actor. As
Oh,
in that's
because it's the most
newer,
recent
yeah,
film
yeah.
he's been in. I can think of.
But
What's Rachel Weisz been in recently?
She was at.
constant. God, no. There's probably other. There's loads.
She also in Enemy at the Gates.
Could have been. I don't really know her full body of work.
No, me neither.
No, but she's in The Mummy and The Mummy 2.
Yes.
Mm.
I don't know if she went to The Mummy Returns. That was The Rock.
But didn't
and
she
whoever
become like the main?
listers they could get into that one.
Didn't she become like the main star of like the third one?
Oh.
Did she?
No.
There was
I
one where there was
can't
like
remember
a
now.
queen.
I remember the
mummy.
Scorpion King one because it was this terrible CGI of
I
The
think
Rock
she
as
was
the
like-
Scorpion King.
And it was like moving on it like the way he moved on.
And it was just
Awful.
really bad. Yeah.
Funny though. Doesn't he eat something like, and they do like a weird like
Oh yeah.
Like,
I can't remember what it was.
Oh no, wait, no, that's the other guy.
Something.
Imhotep.
Imhotep had big long mouth.
The
Yeah.
thing is, like, some of the effects are amazing. The sand stuff is incredible.
Yeah. They
You've seen
nailed
Dune
sand.
recently.
Yeah, sand.
Seen Dune recently. That
Yeah,
sand
that's
effects
good
are
sound.
insane. The sound is just like,
What if they just use sand?
huh?
What if it turns out they just use sand?
They might have done. They might have used loads of practical effects and
It's
then
also
just put it on a
those
speaker.
giant vehicles lifting
Yeah.
up and like all the sand
Oh, cool.
falling
Yeah.
off them.
Vibration
It's really
stuff.
cool.
It looks
yeah.
incredible.
New
Well,
one's out
shit.
in November.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
They got that in before the right strike, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah. So you defeating your sensei for the
No, I wouldn't. Like I said, I'd make a deal.
You've got the
Strike a
suit,
deal.
and
How do you
you've got
strike
like
a deal?
a.
Because you're not in any power. That you
You get to choose to
you
do
just
the
go. I'm
bonus
gonna go
round.
home with my suit.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
just go home with your suit and the skills you've acquired, but that doesn't mean you've like lost contact with Iron Man.
Or in your case, the
I'm-
rat
I'm
in
strangling
the
that
sewer.
rat.
You're going to strangle the rat. You're going to go at him and be like,
And get a
die like
billion.
the rat you are.
He is a rat.
Do you like get personal
There's a
with the
billion
fact that
at
he's a
stake
rat or not?
I could probably make some jibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you rat bastard, knee on his spine,
Vermin.
and I'm trying to hack off his head.
Fucking hell.
You
And it's
you
making,
taught me everything I know.
You know,
Are you
it's
soaring? That's the soaring.
I'm
action.
kind of like cutting his head off.
They're using a wire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like choking and soaring at the same
It's
time.
brutal, isn't it?
And you
Yeah.
like,
Should I be beating him up? Should I use tools
You
and fight
rat
him like?
bastard.
But
if
if
this,
the
if
final
this were a scene, it would also you'd also have flashbacks of all the like the sentimental moments you had, like
Yeah.
washing windows and stuff
Yeah.
with Splinter, and now
Eating
he's
pizza.
screaming like a rat.
exactly, it's horrible.
You're cutting his
I
head
mean, I
off.
wouldn't. Normally, I think I would just go back to the sewers and live with him. I'd go back to the
As he's
sewers.
soaring through.
I'm going to go back to the sewers and live with him.
Okay,
Alright.
you want to live with
He
him?
trained me. I'm not going to disrespect
you-
that training.
you get-
what, $1 billion?
wow.
Pfft.
Priceless. That time with Splinter, priceless.
I'll just write a book about the journey I went on.
If you did a
make
Sith,
enough money
you
to
could
live
get a
on,
Sith to
surely.
train you, and then like the whole like you have to kill the master. That would all work out.
Sorry, this just has to happen.
So just get Palpatine to train you up. Boom.
Yeah, but you have to kill Palpatine.
Palpers.
And he keeps fucking coming
It
back.
does. Doesn't matter what they do to him.
Keep rewriting him
Some
back
form,
in.
Yeah.
They'll keep writing that motherfucker back in.
I'm so done with Star Wars, apart from Andor. Yeah. Anyway, that was a
So
great
there we go.
episode of Hat Chat.
Fantastic.
We don't like drag out our series, do we?
Sorry?
We always have hits after
Non-stop.
hit.
Oh, yeah.
It's an ongoing show where you know every episode's gold. And
Yeah.
you too can take part in that gold by, joining the patrons or YouTube members and stuff and voting on the hypotheticals that sparked this whole conversation for this
Yes.
episode. So thank you very much for checking that out. And if you are musically inclined or want to send in a hypothetical, check out our email, hatchat@hat-films.com. We'd like some fingers from you. That would be lovely. But you don't have to. That's also fine. No pressure. And also, highly recommend, whether you're a member or not, joining our Discord, because it's great. There's a Minecraft server you can play with other people as well. That's pretty sweet.
That's all right.
That is dope.
That's pretty dope. All right, nice. And that's it for Hat Chat this week. Have a bloody great week.
Yes.
And we'll see you next week.
Thanks, and enjoy this single from Tom
Roderick. Disco out.